Well, I went from easing my way back into half square triangles, and now we're gonna dive back in with some Make It Patriotic. And I just have always really liked this quilt pattern, and I haven't known what to do with it, and today's the day. So we are going to make the Liberty quilt, which is this one right here. But as usual, I'm not gonna use patriotic fabric. Not that I don't feel like it needs to be patriotic, I just don't have that fabric for this quilt. But I do have a good trio that came from you viewers, and I'm excited to see it come together and hope that it's not too wild and crazy. So let me show you what is happening. So fabric number one came from Tammy a couple months ago, and it's these Make It Better signs, make it pretty, make a difference. That's going to be our fabric number one, which is going to be the inside squares. So anything red is going to be fabric number one. Fabric number two came from Joyce, and it is this pink. So this is going to be my background fabric that's going to be behind the stars. Fabric number three we've seen before. It is these nuts and bolts that also came from Tammy in that same bundle. And so I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna look good. We're gonna combine all three of these together to make that Liberty quilt. So this is gonna be the centers again. This is gonna be where anything white, so the background, and then this is gonna be the blue. So this is gonna be all those half square triangles. I picked that one because it was more of a tossed print, and it was gonna be paired up with the pink versus doing half square triangles with the signs and dealing with directional. Not that I haven't done that before, I just don't want to. And so with that, we're gonna go cut out some squares and get going on some half square triangles. So this Liberty quilt was having me on pins and needles in a way, because I realized as I was pulling it, this fabric, not only was it shorter than a yard, it was like shorter than a yard. I had a big chunk out of it. So luckily I had enough that I could get all my pieces for my half square triangles for both fabrics. And then all my strip units here, I'm intrigued to see how those come together, because I didn't realize it was a strip unit. I thought it was just going to be background pieces, but these surprised me anyways. So these are my two borders. So my inner border with this on the outside, and I don't have binding yet because everything was exactly a yard or less. So I think I'm going to wait until it comes together in the end. I might do a gray or a black. We all know Gotham gray is one of my favorites right now, so that could be a good contender. So I think the first thing I have to do is attack the half square triangle land. So wish me luck. So it's just before 11 p.m. and I'm the last one standing, but this is as far as I'm gonna get here at the retreat. I eliminated the directional print in my half square triangles, but I did not eliminate it in my strip pieces. So I had to finagle those so that when they all came together, all my little signs would still be upright. So the next time you see this, we're gonna be back at home and sewing these little chunks into one big block, and then we're gonna make 6 of those blocks. So here is my semi-regular reminder and reasoning as to just because it is a seasonal or themed book doesn't mean that your fabric has to be that same season or theme, because I love how this turned out. Like, it's just such a weird combo, but it's so fun. Like, looking at it in my little viewfinder here, like these kind of almost blend into each other, but then when you see it in person, they just really pop out. It's just so fun and just so random. Like, I think this combo was just a great pairing from 2 of you viewers, so 2 thumbs up to that. I had a lot of fun with this, and even though it's half square triangles, like, I really want to use this block for other things. Like, I've already been like trying to come up with ideas of how to make this scrappy, and like doing this, either this all the same fabric and the background the same fabric, and these being like different colors for each block. Like, obviously I feel like it would have to be one of the bigger sizings to get the full effect, but like if this was even like 3 across and 3 down, like that would add just that much more variety. I don't know how I would scrappy these in. Would I keep them matching to this, or would I kind of let them be their own thing? I don't know. Like, it's just so fun, and I really like this block. Like, it was really cool. So, and I posted a picture on my Instagram of just the block, and a lot of other people were like, okay, what book is this from? I need to do this. Like, and then the same thing, like going, I wouldn't have done this like if it was in red, white, and blue, but seeing it in other colors, they really like it as well. So that was really cool to kind of be like, hey, I've got my people. And so I am gonna keep this in the back of my head once I really start to get into more of that scrappiness. I think that's gonna be my summer. Maybe that's what it'll be. Maybe it'll be a scrappy summer. And so using this block with some of my, I could either fussy cut something in here, or just have a good novelty print in here, or just who knows what in there. Like, I have so many ideas that could be happening, and having just like done all my scraps in my stash and seen kind of a hint of what's in there, and know that I have a whole bunch of Kona to work with as well, my wheels are turning. The other thing I will point out is usually when I have a directional and I do it as my borders, I do the top and the bottom, everything kind of looking in. But since I spent so much time making sure all of these would end up right side up, what I decided to do is my side borders are going in, and then my top and my bottom are both upright. I figured it would kind of be a little jarring to have everything nice and upright and then hit the bottom and have it be upside down. That would almost look accidental, even though it would, in this case, be intentional, because that's how I do my directional print borders. So that's that. I think this cute little skinny border here was super fun. I'm really excited to quilt this. I don't know what I'm gonna quilt it with just yet. I feel like that seems to be the thing. Once I end this video, I'll kind of think on it, see what designs I have, and then when I get ready to start the next one, we'll be ready to party. So it's just so much fun. So I'm gonna give you an up close look at it, so then I can get on to thinking about quilting it and figure out where to go from there. So let's take a closer look at this Liberty quilt and have as much fun with it looking at it as I did making it. So here we go.